Hey guys, what's going on today? It's ComGreen9 Yu-Gi-Oh! And today is Motivational Monday. So today what we're going to be discussing is the motivations behind Pendulum players. Or the Pendulum Magician Mythical players, I should say. So as we all know, YCS Bokum did happen a little while back. But there was a special deck there, which was the Mythical Pendulum deck. And a lot of people were trying to test it out and see if it would end up winning the tournament. I believe actually none of them ended up topping. But today we're going to be discussing the motivations behind the players that devised this engine, or should I mean created the engine, in other words. So basically, the main card that is used is Mythical Beast Master Cerberus. That's the main card that was used in the engine, and then a single copy of Mythical Beast Basilisk. I was a little confused by this deck, but this was the first deck that came up when I typed it in, so I assumed it was a basic build, like not one of those advanced, add in all these texts. These are texts, I guess, but a lot of draw power to draw on those key pieces. But yeah, I wanted to discuss because what happened to make players decide to make this engine was the fact that the ban list just happened and Heavy Metal Foes Electromite had come out, and Konami wanted to shut down Pendulum Vision before they became too OP, where nothing could compete with them. So I believe they hit one of the what was his name? Double Iris Magician, I believe, was what they hit. Yeah, I think that's what they hit, 'cause it's not in this deck. And I think they hit one other thing, but I can't remember what the other thing was they hit. Oh, they hit Firewall, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so basically players were like, okay, we have all this room in the deck, and we're like, what do we do? What do we add in? So the new set came out, Extreme Force, and these Mythical Beast cards had been released, and I guess some players thought, hey, they're spellcasters, and they have effects that target spellcasters, so maybe they'll work. And sure enough, they did, and YCS Bokum, though, I believe is how you pronounce it, sorry if I'm getting it wrong, nobody got top 8 with Mythical Beast Pendulum build, so I'm a little surprised at that. But anyways, I guess we'll get into what we're going to talk about. So we're going to explain the effects and see why they would synergize well with the other cards. And maybe it was just the fact of the player's fault, not so much the card's fault that they didn't reach the top 8. So first off, the main card that is used is Mythical Beast Master Cerberus. And it says if you have no cards in your other Pendulum zones, let me go there. You can destroy this card, and if you do, add one level 7 or lower Mythical Beast effect monster from your deck to your hand. So it says specifically Mythical Beast card. But if I scroll down, it says if each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card. When that spell is resolved, cannot be destroyed by card effects, while 4 more spell counters are on your field. Once per turn, you can remove 4 spell counters from your field, then target one monster your opponent controls, banish it face up, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the banished monster's original attack. Excuse me. So basically every card in this deck is a spell right here. So what this card does is it lets you protect cards depending on how many spell counters is on it. And the ability to be able to manipulate your pendulum zones in this deck is there's a lot of ways to manipulate your pendulum zones. You can just keep activating pendulum scales. This guy just gets bumped up in pendulum or spell counters. And then our next one, and you run 3 of him in this basic build. And then next up we have Mythical Beast King Jackal. If you have no cards in your other pendulum zone, you can destroy this card. If you do, special summon 1 face up Mythical Beast Pendulum monster from your extra deck, except Mythical Beast Jackal King. You can only use this effect of Mythical Beast Jackal King once per turn. So basically what I think this effect lets you do is you can destroy this guy. Or if you destroy him, you can special summon him back with his effect. Yeah. And what's his monster effect? Just make sure I don't... There we go. Each time a spell is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card. When that spell resolves, once per turn, when an opponent activates a monster effect, you can remove 2 spell counters from your field, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So what that lets you do is shut down your opponent's cards. And did this one do spells? Oh, one monster and banishes. So this one lets you target monster effects and negate them. So I think that's pretty powerful. It's not saying the game is super monster effect like savvy, like there's a lot of monster effects being activated, but it does help in those situations, and that is why it's only a 1 of, being that, like, if you think about Crystal Wing, Synchro Dragon is only a 1 of 2, so it's kind of the same concept. Okay, we're gonna move in there. Okay. If you have no cards, oh, so they're all the same effect, it looks like, but this one says draw 1 card. Does this one say draw 1 card? No, so this one lets you draw 1 card. If you can destroy this card, and if you do, shuffle 1 face-up spell or cast or mage pendulum mouse from your extra deck into the deck, except this card, and then draw 1 card. So I guess what they all have the effect of is you can destroy itself, and then you get to add stuff to your hand, and or this one lets you draw 1 card. And this one says each time a spell card is activated, you place 1 spell counter on it. And you can remove 3 spell counters from your hand field, return 1 mythical beast card from your pendulum zone or face up from your extra deck to the hand. So basically all of them have effects that synergize with each other. I'm surprised that this one here doesn't like negate spells or traps, but that's what the whole extra deck lineup does. So overall, I think the motivations of the players are really good because their deck just got hit, and they are able to show, hey, I have an idea. These are spellcasters. They synergize. Now, a lot of players, like, here's an example of something that I think is relevant. So, Blackwing Gofu just got hit, and I as first assumed that Blackwings are dead, and they're my favorite deck. Now, because, yes, Blackwing Gofu helped out a lot of decks, but it really helped out Blackwings. But really what it allows us to do is not focus on so much as having that one card link combo. It lets us try to develop other link combos. So basically when Gofu got hit, a lot of us in the group that I'm in were really upset. And then we're like, oh wait, we have other ideas. There's a new link monster that comes out that helps us plus, and well, I mean, it doesn't help us plus that much, but like the Saryuya Skull Dread. But basically, this shows like motivation, like players motivating themselves to make a new engine in their own deck, and I think that's really well done. And I congratulate the player who came up with this idea. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say on the subject. And I guess this will wrap up our video. And as always, guys, it's Calm Green 9 Yu-Gi-Oh! Glad to give you guys content every day of the week that I can. And if you guys like my content, consider hitting that subscribe button on your at the end of the video. And Calm Green 9 is out.